is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, thank you. 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Hope you're doing well this Monday morning. And we're going to talk about your money right now. Donna Skeels Cygan is on the phone. She's a registered investment advisor. She was selected many times as one of the top financial advisors in the United States. So, Robin, if you have a question about money, this is the lady to go to, right?
Yeah.
She's a contributor to some of the biggies like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Forbes, Kiplinger, USA Today, Investment News, and, of course, AM Ocala Live this morning.
That's right.
Her book is called The Joy of Financial Security, The Art and Science of Becoming Happier, Managing Your Money Wisely, and Creating a Secure Financial Future. Donna Skeels Cygan, good morning. Am I saying your name right, Donna? Good morning, Donna.
Yes, you're saying it perfectly, and good morning, Larry. It's great to be with you.
Thank you. Where are you right now?
I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right. Do the rules apply to everybody, or do the rich have different rules than the not-so-rich?
You know, that's a great question. I think the rules do apply to everyone. I think we're all at a different place. Some people are intimidated by money and feel like the money controls them. Other people are much more fortunate. They have lots of money. But the money does not buy happiness. It's the way you manage the money and spend the money that can bring happiness. So I think probably the rules are the same for all of us.
Okay, but I mean, is there an across the board, like you would say, put 10% or 20% into certain investments, et cetera, or does that number change as we increase or decrease the amount of money we're talking about?
Oh, well, there certainly are a lot of investment rules, and as we get older, you know, those rules may change. We may want to be more conservative. I guess if you had a huge amount of money, then you can be a little more aggressive, but I don't think that applies to most people. Most people, like my clients, for example, I've worked with clients for 16 years now, and I would describe them as middle-income people who have saved and invested very wisely, and they suddenly end up with a lot of money, but they have not given up their middle-income values. And so they're not looking out for the next big winner. They're looking to protect their money and invest it wisely.
So what is a wise investment? What's the green flag?
Well, to me, a wise investment is to be pretty conservative and pretty balanced. So I recommend people have their emergency fund first. That's terribly important. And then their investments can be a combination. There's 3 different tax buckets I recommend people fill up. And, you know, it's the tax-deferred bucket, which is the IRAs and the 401ks. And then a taxable bucket, which is always available and gets capital gains treatment. And then there's the tax-free bucket, which is the Roth bucket, which is the most powerful of all. So spreading money around different investment accounts and then looking at it as a very balanced sort of approach so that when we have another huge downturn like we had in '08, people won't lose a lot of their money and they can continue growing their net worth.
And do people wake up after they file their taxes, since the tax deadline filing is done, then do they change their strategies?
No, I've never had anyone do that. The tax increases that went into effect January 1st of 2013 are really hitting wealthy people very hard. There's no doubt about that. And so we're seeing that impact. People with high incomes and large taxable accounts are feeling those tax increases, but it still doesn't necessarily change the way they invest. The big picture is to work with the after-tax money and grow it and acknowledge that we all need to pay our taxes. That's my approach.
Your book is called The Joy of Financial Security, and just the title alone makes sense. I mean, it would be wonderful if everybody was financially secure. I mean, I can just imagine the person I was at one time, who was panicking every month. You know, how am I going to make ends meet? And it didn't take a whole lot more to make it a lot more comfortable. You know, and maybe part of that was just simply saying, you know what, no more cable TV or whatever it is I cut out, you know. And sometimes cutting stuff out made a big, huge difference.
Oh, I totally agree with that. And I encourage people to look at how much they're saving and then to increase that saving eventually to try to get it to 15 to 20%. And if they focus on how much they're saving, it kind of takes care of the budget. And people can say, I really don't need any more clothing this month or next month, and I don't need a new car, and I don't need a big screen TV. And that money can then go towards saving and investing, and suddenly you make really quick progress with your finances, and you also become less materialistic. And so there's all these benefits that come from saying, I'm not going to try to keep up with the Joneses, I'm not going to cave into that pressure, and I'm going to work on becoming financially secure.
So should people stop buying on credit and just save up money and pay cash outside of the big ticket items like houses and cars?
Robin, I think that is really a wise idea. I always recommend that people pay their credit cards off each month in full. So if they can pay them off in full, then they can appreciate and enjoy the miles they may get or the benefits they get from that credit card. But if they cannot pay it off in full, then I think what you're suggesting makes a huge amount of sense. Go back to cash and think about, do I really need that item? Do I really want another item in my home? And by going back to cash, there's been all kinds of studies that have shown we spend much less when we don't pull a credit card out of our purse or our wallet.
Does the newly married couple, just to look at them for a second, where they're both working and now they're combining their money, is there information in the book that might guide them so that they, they love each other, they expect to be together forever, but maybe they're a little concerned that won't happen. Is there something that they could do that would be advised in the book?
People have told me I should now write a book for different age groups, and one should be for recently marrieds or teenagers or those getting ready to retire, that kind of thing. And I'm contemplating that idea because different age groups have very different needs. So I'd have to say no, I don't address, whether people should combine their money or whether they should keep it separate. I kind of like the idea of keeping it separate for a while and having one account where everything is combined and you pay the monthly bills out of that. And then, as you know, the marriage is really secure and you're committed for the long term, then starting to combine everything. But I think the message for that age group is to, like Robin said, not cave into too much debt on the credit cards, not live beyond your means, start saving immediately and focusing on the long-term saving and becoming financially secure.
How much time do you think we should be spending monitoring our money? And should we do it with pencil and paper, or should we use an electronic program?
Well, I really think that it doesn't take a lot of time if the accounts are all consolidated. And that's one thing I recommend is to simplify. I find that as people, if they're really good at saving or investing, they end up having all these accounts scattered across different brokerage firms, and it's really hard to get your arms around that and know what you're doing. So I recommend simplifying things, choosing one brokerage firm and just working with that. And I actually think, maybe one evening a month, I do recommend that in the book, maybe somebody who hasn't felt like they're on top of their investments or they really want to spend some time educating themselves, they pick a Tuesday evening or something once a month and they focus on it then. And it doesn't take a lot of time and you can see pretty quick progress.
And people shouldn't forget about the fun, though. They shouldn't be afraid to spend money to go to the beach or a movie or something once in a while.
Oh, definitely. I recommend that people not put money on a pedestal. It's a tool, and we need to manage it wisely. But it's not anything more than a tool. We certainly shouldn't be worshiping it. And one of the compound benefits strategies is what I call them that actually benefits our finances and also makes us happier is to focus more on experiences and spend money on experiences rather than on things. So that takes our focus away from being materialistic and puts our focus on going to the beach, like you said, or taking a family vacation or meeting a friend for lunch. And those things have been shown to make us much more happy.
See that? And we are a tourist state, so
Yes.
we definitely encourage the other 49 states to say, let's go to Florida and have a vacation. Donna, thank you for being on the air with us. The book is called The Joy of Financial Security. How do we get the book?
The book is available on Amazon, and it's also available through any local bookstore. They may not have it in stock, but they can get it through distribution channels, but certainly on Amazon and all around the country.
And do you have a website for the book or for yourself?
Yes, the website, and thank you for asking, is www.joyofinancialsecurity.com, and I have loaded that with all kinds of tools people can use and lots of information, and people can also reach me through that website.
All right. Any hopes of you getting a radio show like Clark Howard has?
Yeah.
You know, I really admire Clark Howard. I do have somebody in Phoenix asking me if I would do a radio show, and I haven't decided if I want to do it. I'd love to do it. I just have to find the time. But I guess there's a possibility of that. I would love for that to happen.
Yeah, and the calls never end with that kind of a show. You won't be lacking callers. Donna, thank you for being on the air with us today. Again, the book is The Joy of Financial Security. The website is joyofinancialsecurity.com. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Larry, and thank you, Robin.
All right, we will take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
Uh-oh.
Is that what I thought it was?
As long as you don't think it was me running over a sprinkler head, then no, it wasn't.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry about it. I'll just add it to the honey-do list.
If you had signed up for Mike Scott Plumbing's irrigation package in the first place, you wouldn't have to do anything.
What? Mike Scott Plumbing does irrigation too?
Yeah. I told you they have packages where they take care of everything.
Yeah, but I broke it, so they're not going to cover that.
But with their annual irrigation maintenance plans, you never have to pay for another service charge or broken sprinkler head ever again, regardless of the fault.
So that means I break it, they fix it.
That's what I said, Mr. Genius.
Okay, you win. How do I sign up?
I thought you'd never ask. Call Mike Scott Plumbing today and ask about their irrigation maintenance plans. 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh, that's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind?